everyone, it's AJ, and today we are talking about the latest chapter of Bungo Stray Dogs. So, we are now at chapter 107, and we have a biggie. It's no a half chapter, we have 25 glorious pages, and holy fuck, is this like a fucking ride. I was not expecting it, but oh, a great surprise, nevertheless. And just to get out there, the fact that we still end up in prison, I was not expecting that, so woohoo to us. But anyway, let's dive in, shall we? So we kick off with Atsushi, of all people. Yes, he's actually around. And so, obviously after leaving Terraku and whatnot and being like, hey, I now know the whole plan for the DOA, and it's like, he's still having internal issues about what if he's doing is right or wrong. We still have no fucking clue about what the actual plan is, but apparently it's that bad that it's making Atsushi feeling very conflicted about it. So obviously usually when Atsushi is somewhat conflicted within himself or doubts himself and whatnot, he has this mental image of Dazai appear in his head, and Atsushi actually just pulls up the fact why are you not talking to me now? Because it's the wee flashback being oh, you're really going to give up that easily? And then it's the fact that oh wait, Dazai's not talking to me anymore inside my head. Is that progression? Is this a progression moment for Atsushi being well, you can now make your own decisions and whatnot, so it's on your own kind of personal growth because you don't have a man inside your head talking to you to make you do decisions. You're basically now driving yourself forward, which is probably a good thing. Actually no, it is a good thing. You really maybe shouldn't have a Dazai stuck in your head. But yeah, also it's the kind of worry is obviously at the end of the last chapter, it's oh yeah, Dazai's fallen to his fucking death in a lift. Would that maybe be a kind of hint to be yeah, the reason he's not talking to you is potentially he's not alive. But anyway, I digress. So we get to the point where he's oh, why are you not talking to me now? And then he ends up at the airport and looks up and sees that there's Bram and Aya, right? And he goes, oh wait, that's the wee lassie that I'm meant to go help, because Rambo's right, go find this wee lassie. And she's being hey mate, don't come up here, it's a fucking trap. Literally as she says that, here is Akutagawa. He was hiding, of course he was, because obviously traps. But yeah, let's just say Ashley's a bit taken aback, especially because yeah, there's now a vampire attacking me, and it looks like Akutagawa. Yeah, but we have a reunion. Woo! But doesn't matter. Let's cut back to the prison where we have Sigma, who is obviously out the lift. He's all good, and he's just trying to get his way out the prison. He's how fucking deep are we in that I can't get out. And he's thinking about Dazai and thinking he kind of cares for him, which is kind of cute. And he's I hope he's okay, and it's mate, he's falling in a fucking lift. And then he realises the fact that Dazai knew the fact that the lift was a trap, which obviously I think quite a few of us kind of caught on a few chapters ago, that he already knew it was a trap, hence why he checked to see why he was fiddling with the lift before he went into the lift. But yeah, he's realised now, being oh yeah, Dazai knew that was going to be a trap the whole time, and yet still went into it because he needed to try and help the ADA. And he was just good that you realised that. And you realise that he still did that and saved you, and he kept his promise. I think he just feels very guilty. It's kind of survivor's guilt in a sense, but from his angle. But he goes you know what, stuff it. Nah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't need to be a part of this death game. I just got brought in because I'm stuck with these fucking maniacs all around me. Whether it's the fucking Russian or Ukrainian or what fucking Dazai is. Whatever fuck Dazai is. Oh, so as he's made the decision, right, I'm going to leave, he steps on a note, as you do, just a random piece of paper in the middle of this prison, and he picks it up and depending on the translation, so it's a wee Russian note, right? So the note's in Russian. And it either says, like, save me or please save. It's like, it kind of varies depending on, like, who's translating it and whatnot. But basically, save is a part of it anyway. And it's like, oh, right, save what? Not sure who it's from, but, like, a good implication is like, well, I guess could be that it's from Nikolai, given the fact that, yeah, his influence is still here and whatnot. So, we have a little note. Also, just to make a point, there's 2 sheets of paper, which means there's another note behind it that we didn't get to see. So, what is going on with this note? Doesn't matter though, because we are cutting about like nobody's business in this chapter. So, we go back to the airport where Akutagawa and Atsushi are having now a little fight, because obviously Akutagawa has to fight Atsushi because that's the vampire rules now. You have to fight your partner in like when your new vampiric form. Oh, but bless, honestly, Atsushi in this fucking fight, right? He is like trying to talk through to him and it's like, hey, Akutagawa, it's me, like what the fuck do you think you're doing? Even though like this would be like a total normal thing if you went to the beginning of the series and like, oh yeah, here's Akutagawa, he's just attacking me, as you do. Like, that's just normal, and then it's like, now it's like, oh, bitch, why are you attacking me? We haven't agreed on this fight yet. I don't know if it's been 6 months yet. Oh, that's so bad. But yeah, so Ashishi's like trying his hardest to like get through to Akutagawa, and at one point like he gets kind of cornered in the fact that if he doesn't want to get hurt by like Akutagawa's like ability and whatnot, he has to attack him. So he goes to attack him, and he's like, well, it's fine because he'll have his barrier up and everything like that. You know, classic Akutagawa things. However, actually makes contact, and he's just like, wait, what? It's like, why is the barrier not up? And Akutagawa, with his now like a broken wrist, just goes, you know what, I'm just gonna bite onto my hand because it looks tasty. And with that, he's healed. Like, he regenerates like it's nothing. If only that worked in real life. It's like, oh wait, I've got a cut, I've got a broken arm or something like that, I'll just bite my hand, there we go, all done. Honestly, great healthcare. But yeah, so that, obviously then that actually is just like, wait, what? It's like, great, why would you need the barrier when you have the vampire abilities of like, you could just regenerate? And it's like, this fight is going to go on forever and ever and ever and ever. So yeah, Ashley's pretty fucked about that. Then like the next part, just like to stab you through the heart of like how much Ashley is trying to like get through to Akutagawa. It's like, right, you must still be in there, like, come on, wake up, basically, right? And he's like, I still need to ask you, like, why did you do that back there? It's like, why did you save me? And then we have like the little clip, like we cut back to like fucking Acto's death in chapter 88, and it's like, ow, and it's just like, yeah, so let's just cut back to the prison. Let's not resolve that. Let's just have that tension. Like, mate. Honestly, Asagiri just went, like, you know what? I'm just gonna, like, hurt everyone's feelings this chapter. Like, we kind of having a slow build over the last few. Nah, this one. Boom, you get attacked. All the feelings. Boom. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking great. But, like, damn, Asagiri just really came out. Really came out swinging with these fucking emotions just to stab you through the heart. Because with that, we cut back to the prison. Honestly, it's like a fucking ping pong match at this point. So, we go back to the prison, and we have some scenes of like the halls, and there's blood on the floor that's been clearly like somebody's just dragged themselves across. And lo and behold, Dazai the fucking bastard is actually alive. Like, how the actual fuck is he alive? Like, how the fuck did he get out of that lift? Like, what the actual fuck? Granted, right, his legs are fucked and he has a clearly broken foot, so at least he isn't like pristine condition or anything like that and he's walking about like nobody's business, because like, my god, he was in a falling lift. How the fuck did he get out? Like, I just don't know. I hope that is revealed, because like, what the actual fuck? But yeah, so we see Dazai's all like, well, he's not in good shape. Good! He's not in good shape. This sounds so mean, but like, good. Dazai battered and bruised. Sorted. But yeah, so he looks up to the camera and just like smiles and be like, hey Fyodor, I know you're still watching me. Yeah, can we like stop this now, because it hurts too much and I don't like it here. And Fyodor's just like, oh, yes, I'll be nice to you. Oh, and then we have like matching panels like for Sigma and Fyodor. Like, see that blissful face? Honestly, matches was like Sigma's face when he came out the water and he could breathe. Like, why is it almost the exact same face? And I hate it. It's like, no, you two have been hanging around too much. I don't know who's influencing who, but like, I don't like the fact you have the same face. Like, that's not cool. Fyodor decides that the way he's going to be nice is, hey, I'm just gonna like call up Chuya, because Chuya has left at this point. He's not in the room with him anymore, and apparently he already sent him out like looking for Dazai by the sounds of it, because he's like, oh hey Chuya, by the way, your target's like down here on like the 5th floor or whatever it was. Yeah, see what you find him, just kill him please, like that'd be nice. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you are sending Chuya out to go kill his ex-partner, whilst at the moment we also have Akutagawa and Atsushi fighting each other. Like, we have the two lots of like Sakugo fucking fighting each other. Why? And one of them is a vampire. Why is it having to be like one's a human and one's a vampire at this point? And like they have, and also why is it both have to be the Port Mafia? I've just realised that as well. Why? That's not cool. But yeah, so Chuya, we don't even get to see Chuya after his birthday as well. How fucking rude. Just saying that. We don't actually get to see Chuya. We don't obviously get to hear from him, because obviously they're not exactly talking in vampiric form. But yeah. I see what you're doing, Asakiri. Fucking rude. Fucking rude. But anyway, so Fyodor's done that and whatnot, being like, hey Chuya, go kill. And he hears someone like, turns out, and then pew pew, he gets shot in the shoulder, and lo and behold, Sigma with a fucking gun again. It's like, yes! Why does Sigma look so good with a gun? I don't know why, but every panel where he has a gun and is firing it or whatever it is, he looks so good. I don't know if Harakawa's just like, you know what, I'm going to put in this effort to make this pretty man look even prettier with a gun. It's like, yes. Peak. But yeah, so Sigma just coming in like a fucking boss, being like, oi bitch, don't make me shoot you again, so stop the attack on Dazai and we'll be good. And Fyodor's just like, oh, look at you, you've been manipulated by Dazai. And then goes on a whole bloody spiel about like how within like 10 minutes. Also, how is this 10 minutes? See, this cannot be 10 minutes from the time they injected the poison to now. There is no fucking way. I can't believe that. You know how it's like they were like, oh yeah, you inject the poison and you die within like half an hour shite, right? I still don't believe it's fucking poison in their veins, but anyway, it's probably just like nothing. It's probably drugs, being honest, the way how they're fucking, especially the way Fyodor's been acting, it's probably drugs. But it's definitely not a poison at this rate. Also, I am still not over if it is meant to be like 10 minutes. It's like, there's no way that's been 10 minutes. Everything that's happened, no way. No fucking way. But anyway, so he's like, oh look, Dazai's manipulated you and like doing this and this and this, and it's like, he's made you like want to join the ADA, hasn't he? And it's just like, he's been putting these wee little ideas into your head and everything like that. It's like, you don't want to be alone, like you need a place where like people won't like use you and everything like that. Like you need people you can trust. And it's like, Yeah, I think that's very decent to want, mate. Just because you're a wee twisted fuck. But he goes on and he's just like, oh, look at that. Like, he's done that. And Sigma has, like, there's, like, little moments of doubt, like, mini, because obviously he's still a very doubtful person. And it just, he goes, do you know what? Fuck it. I don't care if Dazai's manipulated me. He has still suffered some consequences in his manipulation. So, get it up, you bitch. I'm not on your side anymore. I'm on his. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch you and I'm going to get all your lovely little memories to figure out what the fuck you're actually doing with the airport. But you need to tell me your ability first, because I ain't fucking touching you just yet. Especially because, given your ability and how, like, the special forces and all that can touch you and then they die, it's like, yeah, I don't kind of want that to happen to me, so you're going to tell me. And then we have, like, that panel of, like, Fyodor's eyes just going, like, completely dark, like, absolutely solid. It's like, oh, he is pissed. He does not like that question. He does not like getting questioned about his ability. And it's like, ooh, he be a pissed boy. And there we come to, like, the last page of the chapter, and it's like, very last thing that Sigma actually says is, like, he goes to, like, try and, like, ask again what his ability is, and he goes, like, no, what are you? And then that's it, that's the end. It's like, oh! Also, like, see the last panel of Fyodor? He just looks like a wee pathetic bitch, and I love it. Just, like, sitting on the ground with his wee sulk and his little bullet hole in his, like, shoulder, and it's like, I'm just like, yes, pathetic little bitch. Oh, I love it. Honestly, this chapter was just... like, the progression of it happened and just going here, there, everywhere, and it's just like, oh wait, we're actually going somewhere now, like, yes! Also the fact that it was just like a full ass chapter to begin with as well, and it's like, oh yeah! I've seen a few people, like, bring up, like, the whole last part of the chapter, and that if it's like a plot hole or whatever, because, like, previously, like, Sigma had said is like, oh yeah, I can get memories from dead people kind of thing. So obviously they could just shoot Fyodor, get the knowledge that they need, especially because he's, like, right there, because he can touch, it's like, he can touch Fyodor, like, after he's dead, right? Because obviously the ability, like, cuts off, right? Or that's the implication of what you think, right? So it's like, why is he keeping him alive? But then it's just like, oh yeah, well, Nikolai and Sigma is just like, right, we need to know what his ability is first to then kill him. And then somebody made a good point. It's like, oh, what if it's a case, it's like a Shibusawa, like, moment, you know, like the whole dead apple thing, and the fact that, like, even though he did, like, his ability basically manifested into, like, a weird ass version of his ability. So then obviously that's, like, very, very weird, right? But understandably, like, are they worried the fact that that might happen again, like, some form, if they kill Fyodor, what's his ability going to do? Because the fact is, like, what are you? Is a very, very interesting comment. Like, why are they asking what are you, rather than, like, obviously pushing to be like, right, what's your ability? What the fuck do, like, Sigma, Nikolai, or whatever, like, know? Because surely there must have been something to that other page of the note, which is obviously made Sigma, like, drive forward to, like, go get the information and whatnot. Because if it is from Nikolai, right, obviously the note might be, like, from Nikolai to be like, hey, remember, like, this is our plan, like, we agreed to do this, like, we were going to do this in X, Y, and Z, right? Which would make sense. But, like, surely there must be, like, some extra notes or something like that. Like, obviously there's an extra note, but, like, you know, like, extra information to be, like, to really drive the point forward. Because, like, obviously, as it was said, it was like, Sigma could just kill him, get the information, and then fuck off, right? But there must be something else to it, and they're just trying to work it out and get it right. So, or it's just a case of, hey, we just want to keep Fyodor alive because he's an interesting character just for a wee bit longer until we can, like, bring in the next big bad just yet, which should in theory be, like, Agatha Christie, but we'll get there, hopefully. But Yeah. I can't believe next chapter we might actually get like a Fyodor ability reveal. Like, what the fuck? Because I think part of the chapter name it says like the first part. So surely, right? Hopefully, like, that means we shouldn't be really going away from the prison too much. We might end up having to cut more to like the airport again, a lot more, but surely we must have little glimpses every now and again. Right? Right? Oh, copium. But, oh god, was this chapter so good. So good. Oh. Satisfied to the max. Still surprised at the fact it was a full ass chapter. Like, why were we blessed? And yet, like, we didn't even get Chuya. I'm still thinking that's fucking rude. But yeah, so like next time there's probably, do you know what's going to happen, right? In the next chapter or so, right, we're going to have Dazai and Chuya fighting. Or to the best that Dazai can fucking do, right? Because obviously he's fucking crouched down in the ground because his legs are fucked. Can he stand? Like, nobody's business. But yeah, so there's going to be like the parallels of between them and like Akutagawa and Atsushi. Like it's going to like intertwine like the two. Like there's going to be fucking parallels. Like if there's not, I'll be very surprised. But it's going to be like, here's one moment of the fight, there's another moment of the fight, and it's going to be literally almost the fucking same. It's like, this happens here, it is resolved on this side, and it just happens to be the exact same thing, and vice versa. Something that happens on that side, it gets fixed on the other side, or like resolved on the other side. Oh, it's going to be stressful, but it's going to be fucking good. If it's not, like, if it doesn't happen, then I'm now sad for my own headcanon that I've just created. Because that would be very cool. But who knows what Asagiri has up his sleeve and whatnot. But we're finally getting somewhere. Well, I feel like we're finally getting somewhere. I feel like we're now kind of finally moving forward. But, ooh, yes. And then obviously we'll have our next chapter next month. Woohoo! So anyway, so let me know your wee thoughts down below. What did you think of the chapter? What was your favourite part? And, oh, are you excited for the future? Are you excited for what's to come, basically? And, like, how do you think everything's going to go down? Do you think Atsushi's going to get through to Akutagawa? Do you think that Chuya's actually going to kill Dazai? Or is Chuya going to come back to, like, humanity or whatever, like, before he gets to Dazai? Who knows? Like, actually just thinking about it, like, see if Dazai touches any of the vampires, right? Will that nullify the vampirism, right? Which could then potentially make them back human? I have no clue. Because that's the only thing I can think of. It might save Chuya if the whole, like, having any sense of humanity is, like, not happening. I don't know if that made sense, but anyway. So, we'll be back next month for the next chapter. Obviously, then we'll have another 15 chapter later on this month. Woohoo! So, plenty of, obviously, other Bungo content to come. And I have some other wee ideas up my head, so I'm gonna, like, try and work that out. But we'll see, because life sucks at the moment, and I'm trying to do this, around trying to sort out my life. Woo! Deep dives. But anyway, until next time, I'm AJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.